On What the Chuck, our afternoon's LA video, I debuted to you the provisions of the third stimulus package bill, which are currently in part in a subcommittee. Let me explain where we are. Last Friday, a bill was passed in the Congress and became law. It's a reconciliation bill, and that bill is not the stimulus itself. It's a bill to tell Congress how to pass the stimulus bill. The stimulus bill was written by Joe Biden. It's currently now in the House. It's divided into subcommittees or subgroups, and those subgroups are going over different parts of the bill. One group is going over one part of the bill, another group is going over another part of the bill. Hey, Jennifer, welcome to becoming a Purple Power member. Thank you, Jennifer, for becoming a big member right off the bat. Everyone welcome Jennifer to the family. Different groups, different parts of the House now have different parts of the third stimulus package bill. Tonight, earlier today, and right now, you're going to hear the first glimpses of what is actually in the bill. It's no more guessing. It's no more summaries of the bill. It's no more prognostications or predictions. It's actually the bill. And when you hear the words on camera from me, you're going to be hearing me reading from the bill and or reading from the person who is drafting modifications to the bill. This show is called Purple for a reason. This show launched, I think it was almost 6 months ago, as a video to push people to go on social media and push legislators to do what they're promising to do when they don't come forward with what they promise. Tonight's video is going to be a very important video for you to share. Why? Because you're going to see in this video, even though I'm keeping it positive, I'm keeping it motivated, that certain promises that were made to you are not in the third stimulus package. The bill does not mirror the exact words of the legislators or the executive branch that were said just days ago or weeks ago. And let's get to it right now. This is Evenings at LA, live from Los Angeles, from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home. Thank you for joining me on the most comprehensive and the most in-depth financial channel around the globe, recording 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and consider becoming a member whose link is at the top of the chat and also in the description. There'll be an update at the 15-minute mark as well. The third stimulus package bill does deliver the stimulus checks individually as represented to you. $1,400 for an individual, $2,800 for a married couple, $1,400 for a dependent, and the income levels are exactly the same. $75,000 for an individual or less, and $150,000 for an individual or less, but there is a phase out above that. That's all fine. But right off the bat, two big red flags. One, adult dependence. In the bill obtained by LLate that is currently in the House subcommittee, red flag number one, there is no indication that adult dependents are getting those two back due stimulus checks from the first and the second stimulus package that are unpaid. Thank you, Alicia, for the massive super chat. I really appreciate it. Adult dependents were supposed to get that first stimulus check, which they never got, the $1,200, the second stimulus check from December of last year, the $600, to bring them to $3,200. The bill, as I see it tonight, only has a $1,400 stimulus check for adult dependents. So what happened to the Cash Act of 2020? We were told the Cash Act is in here that would be giving adult dependents those retroactive stimulus checks they never got. Don't know yet as we sit here tonight. So certainly this is red flag number one. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It means for you to go on social media and tag Representative Neal, say and tag Biden. Where is that $3,200 adult dependence check that was supposed to be in there? Why are adult dependents getting $1,400? They were supposed to get those two retroactive checks that were unpaid from 2020. That's the first one. The next one is unemployment. Oh, excuse me. Now, before I get to unemployment, let me do the tax credit. The next one is the tax credit. In the video before this one, I went over with you the tax credits. Joe Biden's third stimulus package takes existing tax codes and modifies them. There's currently an existing tax code for the child tax credit. There's currently an existing tax code for earned income tax credit. And there's currently an existing tax code for child care tax credit. Those tax credits have been the law for many, many years. If you're filing your 2020 tax return right now, you can go use them if they qualify for you. You can go use them if they qualify to you right now. So what is Joe Biden's proposal? He had said he was going to change the tax codes to help you during the pandemic. So what did he do? The bill obtained by LA tonight is a modification of the tax code in the year 2021. Why are we modifying the tax code in 2021 when you need the money now? You don't need the money in March of 2022. You don't need this when you file a tax return next year. You need this for the money right now. This doesn't make any sense. Why would you have stimulus relief for next year that would give you money next year? You need the money now. This is stimulus for now, not stimulus for next year. It makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to do stimulus relief next year for 2022 when you need stimulus relief right now. That's the item number 2. Finally, Fpuc. Take a guess what the Fpuc looks like. Has anyone looked at the Fpuc document? Has anyone read through the Fpuc download yet? Has anyone looked at the Fpuc? Take a guess what the Fpuc looks like. Joe Biden had said during the campaign trail that he's going to give you Fpuc retro to July of 2020. That was number 1. During the transition time, he said Fpuc retro to July 2021. Then, in the last few weeks, he said Fpuc retro to January 2021. I have been detailing for several weeks that Joe Biden said, I'm going to do Fpuc retro for July 2021. So I was doing this hand gesture every single day. And he said Fpuc back to January 2021. He's going to give you another $100 on top of your $300, bring you up to the president, bring it forward. Guess what he did? Let's turn to it. Fpuc, here we go. February 8th, 2021, 3:23 p.m., right at the bottom. And this is by Neil. Provision section 901. Extension of pandemic unemployment assistance. Let's go further into the document. Fpuc. Section 913. Let's go right to it. I'm going to show it to you on camera. Ready to see the big reveal? The big reveal, here is your Fpuc under Joe Biden. For the first time ever worldwide. Here it is. Can you see it? Thank you, Tamara, for becoming a Purple Power. Everyone welcome Tamara to the family. Do you see it? Let me read you what it says. Let me show it to you, the Instagram room. Everyone welcome Tamara to the room. Let me read what it says. Fpuc under section 903 will amend the CARES Act to read March 14th, 2021 to August 29th, 2021, and will pay $400 a week. He's basically going to pay you $400 a week of Fpuc for March, April, May, June, July, August. Not even retro. It's not even current. It's in the future. Fpuc, $400 a week, starting in March. Not even now. Not even January. Not forget July of last year, not even January 2021, not even February 2021, March, and going to August. He even said it went to September. I mean, this is just, yeah, oh my God. The reaction is just, I know a lot of people are coming in the room earlier in this video and they're chatting away and saying hello to their friends, but this is like the fifth thing. I'm just like, what? Let me recap at the 10-minute mark because I got to recap. First, he had promised you a $2,000 stimulus check on top of $1,400. You were supposed, as an individual, supposed to get $1,400 and $2,000. That's not there. Then he was supposed to promise adult dependents. Then he got rid of that. He got rid of the $2,000 check. That was gone. Then he said, okay, you're just all going to get $1,400 and the adult dependent will get $3,200. You heard me record that this morning. You heard me record it this afternoon. I think I recorded like 3 hours ago. You heard me say $1,400 for individual, $1,400 for children, $2,800 for a couple, $3,200 for adult dependent. He's not doing the $3,200 for adult dependent. He's not doing the $3,200. He's now doing $1,400 for adult dependent. He's doing $1,400 for. He's forgetting the adult dependents two checks from last year. So he's now just giving the adult dependents $1,400. So the adult dependents won't get Trump's check from Mar-a-Lago, and he won't get the March 2020 check. Then we go to Then we go to the tax credits, which is just. I mean, I think the tax credit is ridiculous. I think it's laughable. I don't care what party you're from. I think it's just ridiculous. You're doing tax credits and you're going to give people tax credits so they get them in May of 2022. Who does tax credits in 2022? This is a pandemic now. I almost cursed. This is crazy. Who does a tax credit in 2022? Are you crazy? It makes no sense. I mean, people are filing tax returns now. I'm having 100 people a day asking me, I filed my tax return now. Can I get this tax credit? I need this tax credit. I really would like this tax credit. People said, I went to H&R Block. I'm on SSI. I need questions about my SSI. People are asking about getting tax credits now because they need the tax credit now. What is the tax credit? On the video before this, it's a tax credit when you file the tax return next year. What? Talking about a tax credit when you file a tax return next year makes no sense. Why even bothering saying it? It just don't. Thank you. Alma curse for me. I appreciate it. It don't make any sense. Who does a tax credit for next year? Yeah, this is a rant. Yes, this is a rant. It don't make any sense. Now I get to FPUC, and I look at the FPUC, and it says, I'm not giving you FPUC to July. I'm not giving you FPUC to September. I'm not even giving you FPUC to January, like I promised you like a week ago. I'm not even giving you FPUC to today. I'm not even giving you FPUC. It's not even SPUC contemporary. Forget retro. It's not even FPUC contemporary. It's FPUC starting in March. What day was it? March 14th. And that goes to August 29th. It was supposed to go September. It was supposed to go September. For $400. I mean, this is just. What is this? What is this? March. So it's April, May, June, July, August. It's 5 months. He's giving you 5 months of FPUC. He's giving you 5 months of FPUC. 20 weeks. He's doing 5 months of FPUC. You're sitting back wondering where was those 20 weeks. Wait, so you did not get paid August, September, October, November, December. You didn't get 5 months last year. And now he just wants to continue to August. Oh my God, are you joking? I'm not joking. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. I mean, you need to, that is why this is Purple Power. This is, and if anyone has time, because it's not easy, if anyone has extra time on their hands If you can go to the subcommittees and find these other parts of the bill for me, it would really help because now I'm really worried about the remainder of this bill. Um, the hazard pay part of the bill we have not seen, and you want to see it, and I certainly want to see it. The hazard pay part of the bill is probably in the Labor Department subcommittee. I don't know what the Labor Department subcommittee is. Um, there's an employment subcommittee that should be dealing with the hazard pay. The Small Business Administration, we know that committee. If someone could go to the Small Business Committee, Small Business Administration subcommittee, and see where they are working on this language for the grants, for the business grants, that would really help. Because I want to see the remainder of this bill. I want to see the EIDL. Yes, absolutely, says Daniel. If someone can go find the remainders of this bill in those other subcommittees, that would really help because this is just wacko. This is yeah. It's just like, come on. I mean, really? This is just not. You know, gone is multiple stimulus checks, $2,000 a month for 6 months. Now we're not even at a full stimulus check. Hey Nathan, thank you for the dancing bear. What are the names of those subcommittees? Says Margaret. So we do know the Small Business Administration subcommittee should have the business stuff. They should have the business grants, the business loans, the restaurant business, all the business items. So they should have that part of the bill, which we certainly want to see. Then I don't know where the hazard pay would be. It would be in a business, excuse me, in a labor department subcommittee. The way I was able to get this was the guy nicely issued press releases. Let's issue for some press releases to brag. He actually issues press releases to brag about how wonderful this was. I can't say with a straight face. He issued press releases to say how how wonderful this was and how this gives so much incredible relief to American families. I'm sorry, American families need relief now, not on tax returns in 2022. 1,000 people in the room, 300 likes. Can we get those likes up? I know you're not liking the bill, but at least like me for God's sakes. you know. Um, so there we are. Lord, it's just, come on. Um, while while we're on that, while we're on that, the Joe Biden's attempt to put the $15 minimum wage, federal minimum wage, in the bill may fall apart. The $15 minimum wage in this bill may not pass muster. And what's important to understand, hey Charlotte, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. And for the two people that are sick of COVID, oh, I hope you're okay. It's just the virus strains are just not in a good circumstance at the moment. So I hope everyone is okay. 1,000 people in the room and 370 likes. Um, Joe Biden wants to do a $15 minimum tax, a $15 an hour minimum wage increase. Here's my big issue with this, which is the following. This is a procedural issue. Joe Biden thinks it will not survive when it gets to the Senate. Bernie Sanders says it will. There's an ability for Harris to overrule what happens. And then Joe says, President Uncle Joe, hey Alma, thank you for the dancing pear. Uncle Joe says, I will take the $15 minimum wage and take it out and do it as a standalone bill. My position is take it out now. Take out the $15 an hour now so we can have more FPUC. Take the $15 minimum wage out now so we can have more FPUC. Why have the bill go to the Senate and have the $15 an hour fall apart and then yank it out? And then suddenly the bill is not 1.9 trillion, it's 1.7, and you're like, hello, we could have had the FPUC in there. Take the $15 an hour out now, do as a standalone bill, and give people the FPUC they need. Purple Power, you need to be on social media. You need to take this video. You need to tag Biden. You need to tag his transition team. You need to tag his Ron Klain. You need to tag these people. Say, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not stimulus. This is, it's not the appropriate stimulus. This is not the appropriate stimulus you should be doing. Hashtag FPUC retro, hashtag purple power, hashtag LLA. This is a time that you need to be really on top of it. I'm on it, says Alicia. You need to really be on top of it. This is not, and broadcast media, God bless them. I mean, they are skating over this. They are not covering it with any depth and just sort of skating over the issues. I know what they're going to say to you. They're going to say, oh, you're going to get a stimulus check and they haven't changed the income qualifications. Okay. Well, how about the correct check? You're supposed to get $2,000 plus $1,400. Your adult dependents are supposed to get $3,200. You're supposed to get a tax credit for this year. You're supposed to get the SSI and SSDI $200 a month. Yeah, you're supposed to get all these things. And suddenly we're starting to see things never formulate as the way we're told even 2 days before. That's why you and I always say, I got to see the bill. I got to see the bill. You and I have to see the bill. And when we see the bill, we see what's in there and what's not in there. We need to see this hazard pay part of the bill. We need to see the EIDL part of the bill because that's what Purple Power does. Push, push, push. The original purpose of Purple Power was to push at the 21-minute mark. Wow, that went along. Let me give you the big update where we are in this video. 1,100 people in the room and 400 likes. Can we get it to maybe 1,500 and 1,000 likes? Get those likes up. Let me tell you where we are tonight. Tonight, in a basically a cold read, meaning I did not prep on camera. I read it for the first time on camera. I was able to provide you glimpses of the third stimulus package bill. As a member, you've been provided the links for the bill. I'm going to give you some more links after camera goes off about the, what do I call them? I call them the summaries. Hey Stephanie, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. The summaries. The summaries give us some guidance because they tell us what they want to do. But here's the big update at the 22-minute mark. No $3,200 check for adult dependents, rather $1,400 is what's delineated. Number one. Number two, the reopening of the non-FILA filing. That was the one glimpse of great news. The reopening of the non-FILA filing to ensure that you get the stimulus checks. $1,400 for an individual, $2,800 for a married couple, $1,400 for a child, $1,400 for adult dependents, not $3,200. Next, the tax credits would not take effect until next year's tax year. Not this, next year's tax return. It's for this tax year, meaning for next year, in February 2022. And it's for 1 year. What? Why is it just for 1 year? Number three, FPUC, not retro, not even current, not even to January 2021. Rather, it starts in March 14th, and goes to August 29th of 2021, $400 a week, not even to September. Really unclear what is going on with this Biden administration. And we have still not seen hazard pay. We've still not seen the business grants, and the more we see, the more we get concerned about what the language is. This channel, he fell asleep. This channel was born on pushing. In April of 2020, on the 25th of that month, this channel started with me pushing people to get their EIDL they had never gotten, pushing them to get their PPP and their unemployment they had never gotten. Hey Tina, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Purple Hawk, everyone welcome Tina to the family, and thank you for becoming a part of this community. Everyone welcome to this great community. This community was birthed upon me pushing people to push. I didn't call it purple at that time. I didn't call it Purple Power or Purple Hawk or anything purple. It was about pushing people. And I pushed people with SBA over and over again. They pushed by going to SBA, going above SBA to Tier 2, then going outside of SBA to elected officials to push SBA to get the money that they were being paid. Thank you, Michael Moran, for becoming a Purple Hawk. The pushing worked. People got paid. They needed patience, but they also needed motivation and they needed pushing. And ultimately, through a lot of mechanisms, whether it was using elected officials or congressional leaders or other mechanisms, we got them paid one by one. Hey, Mark, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. We got them paid by pushing. We didn't get them paid by sitting back and doing nothing. As stimulus came into fruition, then I moved to start helping people push to get money that they weren't owed in stimulus. This channel was successful in getting stimulus into continuing resolution in fall of 2020. It wasn't going to be there. That was the idea of me and putting it on this video and putting stimulus into a continuing resolution. They weren't supposed to then give you a stimulus check. We came back and pushed to get a stimulus check into the second stimulus, what became the second stimulus package, a continuing resolution. It was only $600, but it was better than zero. Now, as we sit here on the cusp of the third stimulus package, it looks like they're trying to, yeah, once again. So now they're trying to not give you the stimulus checks as promised. It was supposed to be $2,000 plus $1,400. Now they're trying not to give the adult dependents the stimulus check they were promised. It was supposed to be $3,200, the $1,200 for the first stimulus check, the $600 for the second stimulus check, and now $1,400 for this. Now they're trying to cut out those three checks. Hey, thank you, Miss Independent, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Now they're trying to cheat out the adult dependents of all their past due checks. They said that Cash App was in this bill. It ain't in this bill. Cash App is not in this bill. Where are those retroactive checks of Cash App? It's not in this bill. Why is every time we're told something, it is not the case at all? Ossoff and Warnock, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Thank you. Who was that? Carolyn. Thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Ossoff and Warnock, the Democrats out of Georgia, ran on a platform that they were going to give you $2,000 stimulus checks in 2020. There's no $2,000 stimulus check in here. AOC said exactly right. It's supposed to be $2,000, not $600 plus $1,400 is equals $2,000. It's supposed to be an additional $2,000. They're playing games with words, but now they're playing games again across the board. The adult dependents were supposed to get all their past due checks. Give the adult dependents all their past due checks. It's not fair, you're an adult dependent, that you just have a choice to be dependent on someone's tax return, to be excluded. That's not their fault. Why are we punishing someone who's an adult dependent to not give them the two past due checks of $1,200 and $600? They're owed those checks. Give them those checks. Then we turn to FPUC. FPUC is just abomination. It's just not fair. FPUC is just not fair. FPUC in July of 2020, the Republicans offered Nancy Pelosi $400 a week. Steve Mnuchin offered her $400 a week. She rejected it. Mitch McConnell offered her $300 a week. She rejected it. So you got no FPUC from July all the way to December. They continued to offer her $400 a week and $300 a week. She continually rejected it. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. She rejected it. She specifically said, I will give it to you retroactive. Cheryl, and welcome Cheryl and Brenda for becoming Purple Hawks. Everyone welcome Cheryl and Brenda. They specifically offered her over and over again, 400 and 300, 400 and 300. She said, no, I want 600. She consistently rejected 400, 300 because she only wanted 600. Now, not one Democrat's giving you $600 a week. Not one Democrat will ever give you $600 a week. What's going on here? She declined for, I don't know why I'm the only one saying this and the viewers of this channel. It doesn't make any sense. Why am I the only one that says this? I don't understand this. It confuses me. I don't understand. Is that the broadcast media is just so I wish someone could explain it to me. I don't know why no one says this. She rejected 400 and 300. She said, I want 600. Well, why doesn't she give you 600 here? If you demanded $600 from the Republicans in 2020, why don't you at least give $600 here? No, there's no $600 here. It's $400, the number she rejected. And then she said, retro. She kept on saying, I'll do you retro. Then Joe Biden said, it's a down payment. I told you that language, the down payment was going to be two letters. That down payment, this ain't a down payment. This is after the fact. Down payment, down payment means it's part of something for more to come. Down payment means you're giving $300 because $300 of FPUC started in January because you're going to come back and give more money. And you know what my joke was for the last few weeks was, okay, $300 is a down payment for $400. I thought, okay, that's sort of silly. You know, $300 is a down payment for $400. I'm like, that's sort of silly. Guess what? It's not a down payment for anything. He's not increasing Trump's $300. He's just starting it after the fact. It's not a down payment for anything. Thank you, John Thompson. I thank you. Thank you. You know, don't use words if you don't mean the words. It's just, it's not. It's my son works at Walmart. Will he get hazard pay, and how much is the hazard pay? Carolyn asked a great question. Her son works at Walmart. How much is the hazard pay, and will he get hazard pay? If this was, you know, I really, really, really wish I could take Nancy Pelosi's HEROES Act and say, give it to Joe Biden and say, here, go do this right now and sign it. If I could just take Nancy Pelosi's Hazard Pay 2020 HEROES Act and say, Joe, here, go do it, that would be wonderful because I could tell you you're going to get money. The Hazard Pay in the HEROES Act, it was beautiful with the exception of the part that the employer applied for you. Now, we have still not seen a single word from Joe Biden about hazard pay. The summary, which the viewers of this channel have, delineates hazard pay. You know what Joe Biden says about hazard pay in there? He says you'll get third stimulus, you'll get hazard pay on the third stimulus because I'm going to call up the CEOs and urge them to give it to you. I'm like, what? So that's all I have to go on for hazard pay, and so if anyone can go to those subcommittees in the House on their websites and find who has the hazard pay provision and send it to me by DM, that would really help because tonight we have from Ways and Means Committee, we have the check. We have, thank you for the super chat. Tracy, thank you for the super chat for the dancing pair. Tonight from the House Ways and Means Committee, we have the check, unemployment, and tax credits. We don't have anything else yet of the stimulus package. Let me give you the big update, the 32-minute mark. Can you let me know what's going on? We still need some checks. I'm so confused. Tiffany, yeah, so let me recap and let me slow it down because I know some of you probably came in and they're like, he's ranting. Is he ranting? He's ranting. So let me explain what's going on. On Friday last week, the congressional leaders passed what's called the reconciliation bill. The reconciliation bill is a bill that says how the bill attached to it is passed. The bill attached to it is the $1.9 trillion stimulus package bill for Joe Biden. It is not passed. It will pass, and it'll pass somewhere around the days after February 22nd. The rule, hey, thank you for Nicole for becoming a Purple Hawk. The rule is that the bill comes from the House to the Senate on February 22nd. And then when it's in the Senate on February 22nd, it gets messed around with. I'm not going to go too much into it in this video because I don't want to exhaust people because there's a lot. And then after it's messed around on February 22nd, lands on the president's table, he signs it. This week, it's in the House of Representatives, where Nancy Pelosi is. And it's in subcommittees. Those subcommittees are dealing with certain parts of the bill. The Ways and Means subcommittee, that's what they're called, Ways and Means, are doing the big part of the bill, which is the check, FPUC, unemployment, UI, PUA, and tax credits. The other parts of the bill are in other parts of other committees. Presumably, the Small Business Administration has the business parts, and the Labor Subcommittee, which I don't know what it's called, is dealing with the hazard pay part provisions. Tonight we have the items from the Ways and Means, and they are shocking. The stimulus check will be $1,400 for an individual, $2,800 for a married couple, $1,400 for a child, $1,400 for adult dependent. But, but if you are an adult dependent, you're wondering what happened to the $3,200 for the adult dependent? It's not in there. Maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe they're putting it somewhere else, but it's not in there. The $3,200 for adult dependent. Rather, it's $1,400. Why is it $1,400 instead of $3,200? It doesn't have in there the Cash Act of 2020, which pays you the $600 and the $1,200 from last year. Next, the tax credits are in there. But the tax credits make no sense. The tax credits are for 2021 when you file the tax return next year. There are current tax credits available for you right now. Anna, how do I get tax credit if I just file my tax credits? There are current tax credits on the books now. You could use them when filing your tax return now. But Joe Biden's changing to the tax credits are for next year, which makes no sense because you need money now. You don't need money next year. You need money right now that's helpful when you file your tax return now, not when you file your tax return next year. It makes no sense. Number 3, FPUC, UIPUA goes from March 14th to August 29th. Yes, FPUC is not retroactive to July of last year, not retroactive to January of this year, and it's not even from today's date. FPUC is from March 14th to August 29th at $400 a week. Again, not even consistent with what was said just a week ago from Joe Biden. So a lot of big surprises. And that's where we are tonight. It's not law yet. It's not final bill yet. This is a markup of the bill. And guess what? This is purple power. If you want to mark up the bill, theoretically, mark it up, go on social media and say, listen, this ain't right. Where is the $3,200? Rebecca, Richie, I pray $3,200 is still going to happen. I would do more than pray. I would take the video and go on social media and say, $3,200, where the hell is the adult dependence past due checks at $600 and $1,200? How dare you leave that out? Where is the FPUC? Annette, thank you, Annette, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Annette to the family. Why are you doing tax credits next year? It doesn't make any sense. And there you are. Some of the videos will be a little confusing to viewers today because the information came out so quickly. And what I want you to understand is stay with me because from here going forward, we're dealing with the documents. You and I know it's the documents. If you can find more documents, if you can find more subcommittees, send me messages. Is the mortgage assistance in this package? How much? It is. Don't know. Don't know. And we don't know anything about how it operates. So as a member of this channel, you know as much as I can tell you. And when it doesn't come in as promised, then yeah. Join me next at 10 o'clock East Pacific Standard Time for FPUC. I'll be back with FPUC. And then I'm back here at 1 a.m. with EIDL Grant. Then FPUC, and then early mornings LA at 3 and 3:30. Meantime, if you did not watch the video before this, watch that video as well. The first evening's LA. It'll help you understand what's going on. And yeah, What the Chuck helps as well. Thank you for a great night with 1,200 people in the room and 742 likes. If you've not liked this video, please like this video as well. Rita, thank you for the dime lemon. I really appreciate it. Stay informed, stay focused. Thank you for a big night tonight, and I will see you later tonight as well. Take two.